How do you actually make contact and access that well of inner wisdom? Let's talk about the how. Welcome to the final part of our series on divine guidance. I'm Margarita, a Fierce Divine Life, and in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips on accessing your divine guidance. This guidance is your birthright. If you've never had the experience of accessing a deeper source of wisdom, please take a look at my previous videos where I explain what divine guidance is and why you might want to access it. If you're someone who's curious and wondering if maybe, just maybe, you'd like to get a bit of that yummy, delicious wisdom from Source, the good news is it's quite simple to start. I tell the story of my own journey in part 2 of the series, so check it out for more details. My recommendation, TLDR, is to start small, to build up that muscle of receiving the tips and the nudges as they come through. But of course, there may be a part of you that doubts it's possible. Perfectly normal. There could be a part of you that is very hesitant to trust any kind of voice that might be masquerading as divine guidance. We need to be very gentle with that doubtful part. It probably has good reason to doubt. They've heard many times the message so strongly and reinforced in our colonized consciousness that we are alone and completely cut off from the spirit world. Maybe you've been brought up to believe in a God whose main purpose is to place judgment on you. One who's completely inaccessible to you, who doesn't speak with you, doesn't listen to you, who only listens to a select few individuals who are ordained by a certain organization. Or maybe you've been taught to believe that science is the only source of truth and there's no reality that can be proven beyond physical reality. Now, neither of those is the absolute truth. But that may be hard to believe for those skeptical parts, and we must be gentle with them. We cannot force them to accept something when they're not ready. So what do you do in this situation? It can be very helpful to work with someone, to work with a channel. This is someone who's done it before and can help you find your way. Here's the way I've chosen my coaches, mentors, anyone I've worked with in the past and in the present. And this is how I'll be doing it going forward as well. If I have a good feeling about this person, if I get a good vibe from them, and I would argue that good vibe feeling, that's an example of divine guidance, right? So if I feel that tiny little inner nudge, if I hear a soft whisper, try it. I go for it. I make the appointment. I book the session. I pay the fee. And then I keep myself open. I keep myself open to notice how the experience feels in my body, in my heart, and what thoughts arise in the mind. An Akashic Records reading can be a fabulous way to open up your inner eye. You may have heard it referred to as your third eye, but I love the way my friend Shekinah Davis calls it the first eye. An Akashic Records reading can be a wonderful way to open to the sweet whisper of your ancestors and spirit guides. In many of the readings I've done, ancestors from the long ago past have shown up to shower love onto my client, to give blessings, and to provide guidance on something my client was really struggling with. As I've been practicing for many years now in opening myself up and being that channel for the voice of my inner knowing or intuition, I found that actually my favorite time to sink into that flow is during my trigger reset sessions. It's such a blessing and an honor to sit with each person who's entrusted me with their deepest truth. Of course, I hold a firm, energetic container with complete privacy for them. And what do I get to do during these sessions with my clients? Well, each trigger reset session is an opportunity for me to just listen, to drop into my heart space. And honestly, I find that I don't have to think about the next step in the process. I don't have to worry about, like, where am I going to take them next? The questions simply come to me as if carried on a gentle breeze from the other side. Often, I'll hear my client's spirit guide whispering in my ear, ooh, ask them about this, or dig a little deeper into that. And I do, and they do. And then there's magic. To sum up, here are some ways I would recommend you access your divine guidance if you're interested. First, start small. Start paying attention to those inner whispers, those little vibe checks. Follow those nudges, and most importantly, notice what happens. Beyond what happens, notice how you feel afterwards. Second, work with a professional. Notice that little itch of desire or curiosity you feel when you meet someone who offers a spiritual service, a tarot reading, a massage, a yoga class, or any kind of mind body healing practice. If you feel drawn to that person, take the leap and book a session. If you're interested in working with me, feel free to message me with any questions. My email is in the description below, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about my services. I'm currently offering my trigger reset sessions and my Akashic Records readings. My hope is that whichever path you choose to walk, you take a chance with listening to that voice of intuition inside you. And please let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Fierce Divine Life, where we dive deep into real useful concepts and techniques at the intersection of spirituality and science. Real upgrades, no fluff.